Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got Mr. Dubs here. We're going to talk about all this crazy news of the Ringside Pass report. I'm going to get his thoughts on it, my thoughts on it. Make sure you check out our collab we did over on his channel. We go over all the Creation Suite stuff and what this Ringside Pass could mean for that. So it's a great video. Make sure you keep an eye on his channel for that. Mr. Dubs, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm well. Thank you for having me on the channel. Pleasure to be here as always.
Yep, it's always fun when we have Mr. Dubs in the building. I don't want to steal Kenny's thing, but I just did. Anyway, all right, so here we go. So we're going to go over the information real fast. It says WWE 2K26 Ringside Report, introducing the Ringside Pass. This is with our announcement of WWE 2K26. We also revealed that we are evolving how we deliver DLC. Now this is a little scary, so let's continue reading. To players with introduction of the new Ringside Pass, offering more value than ever before with more content beyond just the new playable superstars. It says the Ringside Pass follows a Battle Pass format, featuring both free and premium track rewards, which there's been a lot of confusion on how this is going to work. We're hopefully going to answer that today. We understand our community has many questions about this or how this all works, so we've put together the first Ringside report to offer up some answers. We anticipate the change will bring lots of questions, from players, so let's jump right in. So how does it actually work? It says Ringside Pass Season 1 will go live on March 6th. So for those of us that get the Triple H edition, the King of Ego...
The Attitude, or the King of Kings edition and above.
And above, okay. So the only one that doesn't have this is the standard. And there's different tiers of this too. Make sure you check out Mr. Dub's video and my video. We both broke down all the versions and everything. So keep an eye on those. Anyway, so it says...
as well as the Battle Pass.
We can't reveal the contents, we can't reveal the contents in the coming weeks. Every player will have access to the free track of the Ringside Pass, which features 60 rewards across 40 tiers, and some of those rewards featuring bundles of content. Oh, cool. So you might get like a whole suit of a creation thing. That'd be cool. Or
my faction, my faction card, or whatever. Yeah.
To unlock content, players will collect RXP by simply playing matches across most game modes, so as long as they have an online connection. So it is tied to online. All right, let's continue reading here. It says wins will grant more RXP. I'm guessing that's ringside experience. And completing challenges, some repeatable, so that's cool, and others via one-time milestone rewards, also earns extra RXP for the opportunity to level up even faster. So it sounds like it's a lot like how my faction works already, where it has this background level up thing for your character, and I think the island too. I barely dip my toe in my faction. I think I only go in there to open the packs that come with the season pass characters, just so I have it unlocked. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But I think I did maybe 4 or 5 matches in the mode. I'm like, this is exactly the same as 2K22, which I did everything. I did the 500 matches, everything in that game. And then as soon as I found out that nothing carried over to 2K23, I haven't touched the mode since. I'll get, like I said, open my card packs, and that's it.
Why would you have assumed any of it would carry over, though?
Well, because it's made by supposedly it's made by a separate team. And that's all they do is that, and it's online only. So I thought maybe because it has its own servers, maybe we'll get something to carry over. I don't need my super maxed out cards or whatever, but give me some bronze level stuff for saying thank you for playing the last game.
What if the wrestlers aren't even in the game anymore?
Then they remove them. I mean, we're paying them to play this game. They can do the service.
I
do their job.
understand why they're removed. I understand why they're not carried over, but to me, I'm just so against microtransactions in a full-priced game. Mm-hmm. If your game is free to play or has a free-to-play version, having microtransactions is one thing. But when you're charging a full-price AAA game with $150 edition or $200 Canadian edition of a game, and then you have microtransactions on top of that, I don't care how much virtual currency you're getting for spending more than the price of 2 AAA games for an annual release game. There shouldn't be an ability to spend more money beyond that. And I went and looked back to capture B-roll with just some of my island videos from last year, and I noticed that I went through and added up every shop's price, how much it would cost to unlock everything, even if you had the 100,000 virtual currency from the Super Blood Money Edition, everything,
Blood money.
you'd still spend over $1,000 US to unlock everything.
And that's just for
And I also
one playthrough, right? Because you had to do it for the male and female.
That is just one playthrough on one. Yeah, I guess on one gender. It would just be the male playthrough. I didn't even go through the female side. So that would just be one playthrough. So it would cost over $2,000 then. And it also worked out that if just by playtime, based on how much you get for matches and everything going through it, it wasn't actually possible to make enough by playing. Even if you left the game running nonstop, 24/7, 365, you wouldn't be able to grind enough to earn everything on the island before the servers got turned off 2 years later. Like, I worked out the math. You literally wouldn't be... It wasn't possible to unlock everything just by playing. You had to spend money if you wanted to unlock everything. You had to. It was mandatory. Because, again, it's an online-only thing. Servers go down after 2 years or 18 months or whatever. So that's what completely turned me off the mode, right? Like, it's literally a $200 game, because I'm in Canada, $200 edition of the game, and to unlock everything in one of the modes, you still have to spend on top of that an extra $1,000. You stick it up your A. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no. It's just not happening. I got to keep it family friendly. I understand. Sorry for the chat.
Let's continue reading here.
Let's continue. Yes.
Sorry. It says, as players progress through each level, unlocked items such as VC, My Faction packs, My Faction points, now we're getting into a bunch of different currencies, island banners, etc., can be claimed while continuing the progress through the next level. Man, I can't read. It says, for those who have purchased the premium track via the Ringside Premium Pass, players will be able to earn additional content, including the new DLC Superstars, create a Superstar Parts. We talked about that in your video. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Depends on how they do it. Island Taunts. That'll be really fun. That makes me think of Xenoverse. Xenoverse 2, where you could go hang out in the lobby and you could just do all the taunts, like the Ginyu taunts and everything. Hopefully they add in stuff like that. It'd be super fun. Maybe it'll probably just be all the wrestling taunts, like everybody's going to be doing the DX thing. It's going to be hilarious. Like, you go to a random player.
You have to pay a premium for that taunt. No, you got to pay a premium for that. You got to have the $200 baller edition for that.
I wonder if they'll have that. See, that's a... Do you think... Well, if it's paid, then they can never add it in later, because then they'll piss off the players that purchased it, right? So let's say it's like last month of the game's life. It's done.
Do they care that they're going to piss off those players?
I don't think so.
The Mark's already put the money in.
And then DX, here you go. You can finally get this DX emote if in this next Battle Pass thing that's free, or a free upgrade.
I definitely don't think they're going to put any of the exclusive stuff that was part of any of the additions in the Battle Pass. Okay. Like, if you have the Monday Night Wars edition, you'll have all 6 seasons of the Battle Pass. But I don't think they're going to put stuff that was exclusive to that within the Battle Pass. But everything you unlock is in the Battle Pass. So,
well, official stuff like the wrestler moves, but like an emote, I don't think people are going to care about an emote. But if you buy it early, then you get it right away. I don't wonder if they'll do stuff like that near the end of the game's life, where people are like. The way we're unlocking stuff is through this Battle Pass, or through this whatever. If you've pre-ordered the Monday Night Wars edition and you get that DX taunt, you can't be unlocking that through this Battle Pass, because then everyone who has the King of Kings edition and above would then access it, because they would have Season 1. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it can't. So that stuff can't go in the Battle Pass to unlock. That just has to unlock just for having the game. I imagine those exclusives will not have anything to do with the Battle Pass. Otherwise, what's the biggest selling feature of the Monday Night Wars edition? It's like that. For me, it's the Macho Man. Right.
Obviously, yeah.
And then the Attitude Era would be the Kane 98, except he looks terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully they fix that.
I really hope they fix that model.
Until I saw the comparison, I wasn't even thinking about it, because I was focusing on other stuff. Yeah.
It's terrible. They have to fix a few models. They have to fix Bill Goldberg's goatee. The hair is so strange. And Kevin Nash is just the facial hair on Kevin Nash looks terrible too. Undertaker, it's not as bad. Stone Cold, not as bad, but still not great. But the Goldberg one is just horrific looking. It's weird. It looks like hair. Like it looks like it's hair on its face, not like beard hair, and it's like a weird blondish white gold. It's so, I don't know who did that and thought, yep, this is the one.
I wonder
like who looked at that and said, yep, perfect.
I wonder if with I don't know. I think they have a small team. I mean, when you have 400 wrestlers advertised for the game, stuff's going to get missed. And until people point it out, I don't think
they brought Goldberg back last year. He didn't look like that last year. They just brought in his model. They just brought it back.
Maybe something glitched.
As a late DLC in 25. So why is it not just the same model?
I don't know. Maybe it glitched out when they transferred it over. I have no idea. I'm not a game designer. I don't know what.
No, the facial hair is completely different. They put on a weird.
Well, remember some of the updates would make Hulk Hogan's mustache flat. Remember? Do you remember that?
I don't understand. The faces look strange. Booker T's face looked weird too, like as if it did. I'm sure people have seen the images. It's crazy. I'm sure if you did editing, you can put them up too. But some of the models look so strange. But my point is that those rewards that are unique to the different levels of the game cannot be put in these battle passes, because otherwise people would get those rewards without doing that. Like, to me, your selling point of the Monday Night Wars edition being, say, the Shawn Michaels DX, and then the Macho Man 98, and I think the Roddy Piper 98, and the Thunder Arena. If all that stuff is just in Season 1 in your Battle Pass you're unlocking, and anyone who buys the Battle Pass gets all that, so why would you buy the $200 or $150 version of the game when you can just have the base game and spend $10 on the Battle Pass and get it all? Right? Then,
exactly, yeah.
So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if there's only 6 seasons that you're getting through the thing, and it's at $10 a pop, then that's $60. That's still not even adding up to the price of, if you get the base game plus $60, that's still cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still much cheaper. It's like 130, right? Like US instead of 150.
So, yeah.
So again, the stuff that is unique to those things, I'm imagining just unlock instantly and have nothing to do with the battle pass.
Okay.
I have to assume that.
I would hope so. It says, continues on here, it says, that means 60 additional rewards for a total of 120 across the free and premium tracks. Now, I wonder if that's 60 like single items, like single moves, single that, or like collection of things. I'm very curious what they mean by this. And then 120 across the free and premium tracks. So that's a lot.
So I'm looking at it as, like, if you just think in your head of a battle pass, you can put up on screen what any battle pass you can imagine, whether it's Street Fighter or whatever, anything else. But it just has sectioned off where it's like 1 reward, 2, and your experience point goes up like this on a thing, and it's just you're at level 1, level 2, level 3, and in each box there's something. And sometimes that box will be a regular reward, like there's 2 tiers, the regular side and then the bottom, and then some will have on the free tier, and then the next one will be on the premium, and then the next, and it would just go alternating like that. So if you have the paid one, you'll get all the stuff on the bottom as well as the top, and it usually gives you the option where you've got enough experience or money or whatever point system they use to get through the battle pass. Once you've completed it all, you're kind of like, well, most battle passes actually give you currency to help you pay for the next one if you get through the whole thing. Yeah. Street Fighter 6 was actually really good about that if you made it to the end of the battle pass, you would get enough currency back to buy the next one.
That's cool.
But they didn't have a lot of really cool stuff in that battle pass.
Yeah, most of them are.
If you bought it once, if you bought it once, though, you basically just kept getting them.
That's cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to play enough to get through them. So that's why this battle pass, I think, is going to be different, because I don't think they're going to give you stuff to get a free battle pass.
Yeah.
Like, if you buy Season 1, I don't think they're going to give you enough currency. Maybe they'll give you a little bit of currency towards it, that if you, say, bought the first 5, maybe the 6th one is free. But if you're doing that, you're still taking
doubtful.
But even if they did that, you're still taking and especially when they said their battle passes don't expire and you can go back and finish them, I definitely don't think they're going to do that then, right? Because then in Season 5, you're like, oh, well, I can just go back and then I'll get Season 6 for free. You know what I mean? I think you're going to take away the value of buying
anything for free.
No. Well, no, but we're getting 60 items per season for free.
I wonder how many of those items
are giving away stuff for
old
free.
Items just locked out like they did in other modes. Hopefully, it's brand new.
I don't think
stuff.
I don't think that's going to happen. But I think a lot of it is going to be tied to my faction. I think they're going to try and.
Yeah.
I literally think they're just trying to handhold you into my faction every year They're trying to find new creative ways to do it because it doesn't matter if you and I play it and we never spend a dime. Because they're not looking for us, people who are against microtransactions, whatever. They're looking for the one whale, right?
Yeah, that
so
buys everything.
if they can bring, 10,000 players into my faction, and just that one guy spends, $10,000 or something. Like, I don't know how bad my faction, how much you can even spend in there. But some games are ridiculous,
buy the cards?
where it's possible to spend unlimited amounts of money, right? So that's all they really need in these. So I believe that a lot of the rewards, especially on the free track, are going to be like my faction stuff that kind of tries to bring you into that mode. Okay. Maybe the island stuff too, because I think they're just going to want to drag you towards anywhere where you have the opportunity to spend more money.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to see as many cool creation parts as we'd hope.
Hopefully they just put them in the game and you don't have to unlock them. That would be the best case scenario for me. This continues, it says, as players progress through the Ringside Premium Pass, both free and premium tracks will be unlocked at the same time, like we've been talking about. So if a player has reached level tier 5, they will earn the rewards from both tracks. I don't know if you've ever played Phantasy Star Online, but they have it's literally called the Golden Pass. And it's the same thing. It's like throughout the week, you log in every single day or you do challenges every single day. But then it also would unlock that one if you pay to unlock it. If you don't, they just sit there locked. So it's always sitting there. But you could get to the end.
Yeah, but you can always see it, and you can see, And if you get to the end and you pay for it, you can unlock it all.
It unlocks everything, and it gives it to you, which is really cool. So I can see that working like this. And it says the following. Now, here's the most important part about this, because this is what I was curious about. Like, all modes, except for online, of course. It says the following game modes reward RXP that will earn Ringside Pass progression. So it says Play Now, which is like your exhibition mode, which is probably what most of us do when we're trying to get footage and stuff. Universe mode, which is the mode that I will be playing the most if it functions this year, because every year there's always something going on with it. That's huge for me because I could literally just do my shows, set everything up. The one thing I don't see here, though, we'll get to that in a second. So My Rise mode, obviously, My Rise mode is awesome. Showcase mode, cool. My GM, that's really good because I didn't think they'd have it for My GM. This will really encourage you to play modes outside of My Faction the Island, because currently, My Faction the Island, once you've done all the other modes, you're like, well, there's nothing left to do unless you like to create stuff or play Universe. So then you get players just playing My Faction because it has daily challenges. You get people playing the Island because there's stuff to always do in there. Yep. This will really help those other modes.
Because I've never touched it. Because I've never touched the mode, it's because to me I'm just like, wait, this is just matches for the sake of matches. But I'm like, I guess that's the whole game is just matches for the sake of matches. You're playing a wrestling game, right? I just always kind of wanted Universe to be this, and I always wanted it to. It never is like a never-ending career mode.
Exactly.
I always just wanted it to be like a career mode that has infinite branching paths. Even if you've seen some of the cutscenes before and you do cycle through, but with the rivalries, I always hoped it to be that, but without having to create a story in my imagination.
Exactly.
We need some sort of text dialogue. That's why I can't wait for AI to get more involved in these games. I know so many people, it's the end of the world, it's going to be people out of work. Yes, it's an inevitability that we're all going to need universal basic income, and AI's probably, and automation in general is going to take over most of the workforce. It's fine. It's not fine. It is what it is. Yeah. But at least for these games, to make things better, it would be cool if we had like a chat GPT that was just familiar with wrestling storylines, because we already heard they're using AI more in creative.
Yeah,
so
which is
make it familiar with your product, and then just give us a very rudimentary, just spit out dialogue, even if it's mostly describing what's happening in the cutscene. Do you know what I mean? With just the name of Wrestler X and Wrestler Y. Mr. Dubs attacks Strizer 2, or Strax main event Clint with, or main event Strizer with a
I should have changed my
from
name.
behind or with the title belt.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, just have whatever the name of the characters are, say what's going on, and then give us a little bit of story. Maybe like a little, create a promo that it says for us. And if it's AI driven, they can be unique that way too. It's not going to be the same 4 promos that get cut over and over that get tiresome after, a few playthroughs. This way with AI, it can, generate new text for us all the time. Because I'm totally fine with it being a text-based dialogue. I know a lot of players want voiceovers and stuff like that.
That's so hard to do, though. That's so hard to do.
Maybe 5 years down the line, AI can do the voiceovers of wrestlers and stuff like that too. But then when you have created characters, what are you going to do? You just pick a voice, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I'm fine with the text-based dialogue for this stuff, especially if it's a universe thing. It would just be cool to have.
You see, the GM mode was eventually what became universe mode. That's why I think it's funny everybody wanted it back.
I know.
It's like, dude,
I know.
You guys complained about all the micromanagement, so it became universe mode. And then you guys wanted it back
on my universe.
Whatever.
On my universe mode video
Yeah.
that I did, when I talked about universe mode, I had people literally in the comments telling me for things they want in GM mode, they said just merge GM mode into universe and give us this, and I'm like, you don't understand. That is what universe is.
Yes, it's the
universe
evolution
literally was
of
GM mode became universe mode. They did merge it, and then people wanted GM mode back. So no, don't merge it back.
Right.
People will be going back asking for GM mode all over again for another decade.
People that didn't live it. That's so funny. So
it's hilarious how the cycle just repeats.
Right.
Oh, just merge it in the universe. No, they already did that.
It's like, nope, we lived it. Not again. So the one thing that out of all these modes where you earn RXP, the stupid XP for the battle pass, they got Play Now, Universe, Showcase, My Rise, My GM, everything. But my favorite mode, which come on, it makes sense, is Creation Suite. What if you're sitting there and it gives you points for creating wrestlers, right? I mean, it would have to be like, because otherwise people will just spam it and they would just go in there, save a blank template. What if you have to actually spend a certain amount of time in the Creation Suite for certain tiers, like certain challenges?
That's what I thought.
Like spend 10 hours in the Creation Suite. Spend 15, 20 minutes.
People can always find ways of cheesing it, right?
True, but
you'll just leave your console on and leave it in the Creation Suite and have like your thumbstick, like elastic
just make them
up
spin
so it doesn't
the whole
turn
time.
on, or whatever. So it doesn't turn off, right? So it doesn't turn off the console, but you just leave it on all night, and it's like, oh, I unlocked my whole battle pass overnight. So I mean, it's a single player experience. People are always going to find ways to cheese through your battle pass.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's like,
is my argument. Who cares? It's your battle pass.
Be ready for tons of videos on how to cheese it, because it's going to happen.
We haven't talked about like save file glitches. If you get a save file bug where your save file gets corrupted, is that going to reset your ringside passes? What if you've paid for them, you've unlocked them? Is that going to be saved to the cloud so you don't have to worry about that? It'll instantly just all be unlocked, or you're going to have to do it again?
I wonder if that's
showcase stuff. You'd have to do it all over again.
I wonder if that's part of the reason why it's online, is so it can track that just in case your game save gets messed up. So it's tied to your
knock on wood,
account.
hopefully it never happens to anybody this year.
Because we do make a 2K account. Maybe it's tied to the 2K account for that system, like because you link your PS5, your Xbox, your Steam, or whatever, or Switch too. Maybe it tracks it that way, so that if that does happen, because in the past there's at least once a year, at least every single year, every single game, there is an update that wipes everything. It happens every single year. So that is a real fear. That is a genuine question that you should ask, is what if that happens? Hopefully they have a contingency plan in place, and hopefully that's why it's online, other than controlling everything. Because if it's online, then they could back it up on their end. They keep track of everybody's progress, because nothing would piss players off more and make them drop your game faster is if something they paid for or something they worked their butts off and played the game, engaged with your game, and they just in an instant it all gets taken away from them. Like me, myself, I think it was 2K20. I made a bunch of wrestlers. I set up my universe mode and everything, and the entire thing crashed on me, and it deleted about 3 or 4 wrestlers. Luckily, it wasn't my main 2, and I dropped the game for like 6 months before I finally picked it up again, because we had to wait for 2K22, and it was the pandemic, and there was nothing else to do. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll give it another shot. But yeah, stuff like that is a genuine concern. So I really, especially for PC players, because PC has mods and everything, and there's all crazy sorts of stuff and different PC builds. So hopefully they really have that figured out, because yeah, this is a nightmare that could
PC. It's way easy. But on PC, it's way easier to back up your save file and stuff. I know not everybody might do that, but if you're messing around with mods and stuff, it's never a bad idea to have a backup of your save file somewhere.
We need cross-play.
Yes.
Cross communications and cross-play. Make it happen, 2K. Come on, make it happen. All right, let's continue on here. It says, how many ringside passes will there be? It says there will be a total of 6 ringside passes released throughout the year. The roster of DLC superstars will be revealed in the coming weeks, and as we get closer to the release of each ringside pass, we will share some of the additional rewards across both the free and premium tracks. Now it goes on to say, what happens to older Ringside passes after a new one is released? Will we lose the opportunity to unlock that content? Quick answer, no. But it says, when a new season of Ringside Pass launches, the prior season will not expire. So unlike most battle passes were, I think even in Street Fighter 6, if you didn't complete it, I'm pretty sure you can't go back and do it. Like they're not available.
No.
Yeah, they're gone. Once
But
they're gone, they're gone.
The reason for that though is because in most battle passes like that, you can earn enough currency within that battle pass to get the next battle pass for free.
Yeah.
So if you buy one battle pass and you play it and grind through the whole thing, the final tiers are you getting the currency to buy the next one. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're not giving them the ability to earn the next one for free, then why would it expire? Whereas if it doesn't expire, then you just play through that one until you can get the next one for free. You only ever buy one battle pass, and you're all set for all of them, right?
And it keeps people in the game and increases their engagement, which investors like to see. It says, example, when Ringside Pass Season 2 launches, if players are still in the middle of unlocking content in Season 1, they can either first complete Season 1 and then move on to Season 2, so that's cool, it doesn't automatically bump you, or they can jump straight into Season 2, unlock content, and then jump back into Season 1. So unless, obviously, if it's not paid stuff, this will be really cool, because let's say that you're playing through Season 1, and you don't have to finish it to get to Season 2, basically, and if there's nothing in there you really care about, you can just go to the one that you like, if it's available. So if they've launched, let's say it's 4 months in, you haven't played any of them yet, and you don't really care about the first 3, there's nothing in there you like, you don't want anything, you don't want to waste your time, you can go right to 4, boom, knock that out, and get all the stuff you want. That's really cool. I like that feature. It says, can I earn...
Another thing that I think is really, really cool about this is that for people who wait, who don't buy the game like right away, if they get really cool, if it goes on a great Steam sale or whatever platform sale, say for Black Friday or whatever,
it'll happen.
If you wait that long,
WrestleMania
at that
sale.
point but at that point you'll have seasons 1, 2, 3, 4 already out, and if you get like the Monday Night Wars edition and you have all 6 seasons, and say you get it at half price or something, or even a bigger sale than that, like you get it 70% off or something, you have all these seasons, and you get to, as you just play the game, you'll just unlock that currency that goes through everything, and you just pick and choose where you want to apply it to. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever
nice.
Rewards you want first until you have enough to get through them all. So I think that's really cool for players who come in later into the game's life cycle, that they can go back. And if you just get the base game, say the base game goes on free on Game Pass or on the PlayStation Store, or like a super huge discount, you just buy the base game. If there's a cool season, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, you'll at least have all those seasons there, and you can go back and buy whichever one you want that has the coolest stuff in the Battle Pass. So I think I'm probably more in favor of this model, because like this Ringside Pass, I think of all games that it fits into, I think it really does fit into a wrestling game quite well, because again, this just really reminds me of like the old SmackDown Mall from the old No Mercy games, the Aki games. This to me fits into a wrestling game. And the way they've done it, where you can play essentially like any mode that's like actively playing the game, not just creating stuff, to earn the XP. I like the way they're going about it. I will have to wait and see how much you get for everything and how much it takes to fully unlock the whole battle pass, like for each season. But if you can do it in a reasonable amount of time, like say one playthrough of the showcase is enough to get through an entire season, then I'm down with that. Yeah. If like going through the entire showcase, the entire My Rise, played through a little bit of the island, and you still are only halfway through season 1, then no, that's ridiculous. You're earning too slowly. So it really is going to come down to how much you unlock by doing what. But if paced correctly, I think I'm not against it. I'm not against it nearly as much as I am locking stuff to the other modes like Showcase, where you have to do X, Y, and Z in a specific way, in specific that. I don't like I don't like being told how to play the wrestling game.
Okay. It says, can I earn RXP in online matches? It says, yes, you can earn RXP in online matchmaking, the island, or my faction. You do not, however, earn RXP via custom online lobbies. So we were wrong on that. You can actually earn it in, like I was saying, like basically ranked matches. I'm guessing that's what matchmaking is, or just random matches. But if you want to set up your own lobby and grind out experience points, which is what they're afraid of, like we talked about earlier, you can't do that. So it is partially online. That's pretty cool. So there you go. It says, can I share the Ringside Premium Pass with family on the same console? Now this this should just be like yes. So similar to DLC in the past, if you own the content on and other family members share the same console as the player who purchased the game and DLC, they too can access that content, just like I would assume any DLC. The progress made through the past is unique to each profile. How do we get the new DLC characters? Now, this is a big one because everybody's been confused on how the DLC characters are going to work in 2K26 with this new Ringside Pass. Let's keep reading. It says each premium version of Ringside Pass will include the new post-launch DLC characters, with the first one unlocking automatically. The rest can be unlocked within the first 20 tiers by earning RXP just for playing the game. Other playable characters, such as personas, will generally be available from tiers 21 to 40. Cool, so they're going to have persona cards or persona wrestlers in these battle tiers. That's pretty cool. Besides the new DLC characters, each Ringside Pass premium track will also include new personas, adding even more playable characters to each pass. So it sounds like a lot of the characters in these battle passes are going to be like how they are in my faction, the persona cards. So it'll probably be like Becky Lynch 99 or Becky Lynch whatever, Seth Rollins this, different versions of it, different. I hate how it takes up a whole
different
new character
entrances
slot.
sometimes.
Yeah,
you're basically getting an extra attire that has to take a whole character slot. I've never been a fan of that either, but it is what it is for these games. I do think it's cool that they're adding that stuff. And again, it's a reason to get people into my faction. You're going to get a lot of those persona cards. I don't know how much creation stuff we'll get, but as I said earlier, I think it would be really cool. Like, what if they introduced, as you mentioned, like if they put in a match type into one of these season passes, or they threw in a different weapon, like that landmine chair. Very cool. If they see something like that, they put something cool like that in. They're just a lot of things that they could throw in, like little stuff that could make a huge difference, right? Like being able to put barbed wire around tables. Like they have mods for that, but if that was a thing, like in one of the season passes, you have a barbed wire table as an option. Like that'd be neat. That you can do with the stackable stuff. Just little things, anything that they can add in. Moves would be cool. Like you said, any kind of creation parts, hairstyles, knee pads, whatever. Like it doesn't really matter. Just the more stuff, the better, right? Yeah. So I think this is a cool way for them to introduce new things into the game, other than just being like in the back in the day, my favorite DLC, when they would give you the packs, was the one that came with the new moves. You get 50 or 60 new moves, and it was that was my favorite pack. Like that was mainly why I bought the whole thing, was for the accelerator in that, because the move that as someone who uses my created character throughout the game for everything, new moves was always like the biggest deal. So if they just start piecemealing, throwing some of them in the free pass, some of them in the DLC pass, I think that's cool, and they might actually incentivize me to buy more DLC than I otherwise ever would for this game. So we'll see.
Nice. It says, what about the WWE Legends that have been previously unlocked via the in-game store or automatically unlocked with the Supercharger DLC? So the WWE Legends that would typically be added to the in-game store and unlocked via tokens or with the Supercharger have now been added to the free track of Ringside Season Pass 1. Players can still unlock those legends by simply playing the game, earning an RXP, and claiming them in the Ringside Pass without any additional purchase, giving more options than ever before to earn RXP. It continues on, it says, is there a way to unlock everything at once? Like the accelerator, which basically doesn't do anything anymore. For those who play through the Ringside Pass Season 1, select WWE Legends are unlocked by earning RXP and completing the first season. The Supercharger pack has been retired. So there is no longer the Supercharger, like unlocking things. To be honest, it barely did anything. If they were going to keep doing this, then it needs to unlock everything. Yeah. Showcase, My Rise, everything, because that defeats the purpose of the whole thing.
Yeah, it used to.
Yeah.
And they used to charge you $2 for it.
Yep, they slowly got rid of it because they want you to play the game continuously. Anyway, it says, when will each Ringside Pass release? It says Ringside Pass Season 1 will go live with early access, as I said earlier, on March 6th, while the rest will release over the course of the year, approximately every 7 weeks. Okay. This will be great for content, by the way, because we'll always have something to talk about. So that's the best part for us content creators. There's always going to be something to talk about, because sometimes there's a dead period in between DLC packs, and you're just waiting, and you're trying to come up with stuff. So this will really help us. to cover all the stuff. Like, oh, there's always something new to do. There's tons of like live stuff. We can do collaborations because I'm going to buy it on PC just for you dubs. I'm going to buy it on PC and PlayStation. Probably.
You got to buy it on PC because I won't have your community creations to be able to play through. So even if we parsect it or anything to like, so you could play the universe with me, I wouldn't have your characters and your creations.
Well, I have to buy it on PC too because now I can get 2K25 for free, even though it's just a standard edition. But still,
see, you get
now I can go get all the
2K25
mods
for
on
free.
there.
You can get mods for we could do that together because I haven't pre-ordered it yet. We could both do that and then we can play. See what kind of.
You'll have to show me how to get mods and stuff because I'm an idiot.
I don't know. I don't have it. I've never played it on PC yet. So.
Well, if you get it, let me know and we'll do that. That'll be a fun video.
We'll go explore that together.
And then let's see here. It says the current planned release schedule is March 6th. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. April before WrestleMania 42, and there is a WrestleMania 42 pack with the. What is it? Money Night Wars edition, whatever you call it.
Give me all your money. Give me all your Money Night Wars. Yeah.
Give me all your money. You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. June is.
Give me all your Money Night Wars.
Give me all your money. Anyway, Ringside Pass Season 4 is July. Ringside Pass Season 5 is September. Ringside Pass 6 is October. It says, what's next? The last bit here. It says, we will reveal the full DLC roster at a later date. Boo. That will spread across the premium tracks of the 6 Ringside Passes. I feel like they're repeating themselves here. As we get closer to the release of each new Ringside Pass, we will also be announcing other rewards such as personas, content for My Faction, Boo, and The Island, Boo again, as well as release dates. The rewards will also vary between packs to allow us to provide some unique offerings. I heard a noise, sorry. Such as create a superstar parts. Oh, that's slippery slope. We talked about that in your video. New moves. There you go. We're getting new moves in this thing and more. The premium track of Ringside Pass Season 1, for instance, will include 4 new playable superstars, as well as 2 personas, 2 new arenas, and 2 new championships. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. We can't wait to share what we have coming post-launch for WWE 2K26, so stay tuned for more on the future of the Ringside Report. Man, that was a lot of information. Anyway, real quick, any final thoughts on the Ringside Pass and how they're going about changing the DLC this year?
We have to get it in our hands to see, because again, you're going to have to see how long and how much playtime it really takes to get through the thing, to get through an entire season's worth of... unlocking everything, but it could be a great thing. This could be a reason for them to develop more of the stuff that we want. Because if people aren't buying the most expensive version of the deluxe edition of the game every year, then this may entice players like me. I would never ever look at a DLC. I don't care. Characters don't move the needle for me. We have community creations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I did not buy that John Cena pack or the Goldberg pack. Like, to me, a couple of characters and dimensions are not worth the $20 to me. They're not worth $20 to me. Yeah. But this Ringside Pass for $10, if you have creation parts that I really love, or even just like one killer move. Like, I don't know if we talked about it in this video, but like if they gave me a proper Van Terminator where you're actually able to use it like as a weapon grapple, so you can put the chair on their face, do the whole thing, and have a great animation for that. If they put that in one of the seasons, take my money. I'll give you the $10. They give us a Van Daminator that you can give to your creator wrestlers that is a much better animation than the horrible Van Daminator animation that is currently in the game. The worst in any WWE game of all time is what we have currently. And there's been 25 years of Van Daminators, and this is the worst it's ever been, and I don't know why. But if they give us a new Van Daminator animation that's much better, that we can put on anyone in the game. We can give it to anyone in the game. Like maybe it's a weight class specific thing like it used to be. And it's just like the weapon grapple. Perfect. You've got my $10. Throw that into the season pass because I don't care about the characters. But you throw stuff like that at me. Now I'm interested. So this could be a way for them to start honing in on what is selling what for players. Like they'll probably test a bunch of different things. And maybe not for this year, because maybe they have a plan for what's going into this year. But for next year's game, they'll be like, oh, well, when we put moves or this creation part or this thing in there that people have been asking for, hey.
You see, that's where, like, I'm on the fence. Like, yeah, just like you said, if it's just like a shop, like the old games, like even the old SmackDown games, that's cool because it gives you something to strive for and continue playing. Yeah. It keeps the game more fun, more fresh. But if it is like really grindy, like we've been talking about, and it's a chore to do, that's how the thing will live or die. That's how the battle pass will live or die. So
Yeah, 100%.
until we get
It's
it in
based
our
on how much
hands,
experience, how many points you get for everything that you do. 100%.
so yeah, until we get it in our hands, we can't say final judgment on it. But I'm not like terrified of it. I'm kind of with you. I think it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. It could keep us doing stuff all the way until the next game comes out. And like I said earlier, it's great for content creators to actually have something to do, because once you play through the My Rise and everything, there's not much really to do in the game unless you love my faction, which, let's face it, every time I make a video on that, I don't know about you, but every time I make a video on my faction or the island, I did a collaboration.
Never made a video on one.
I did a collaboration with Kenny, and there's not much interest in those two modes. But if you can make it to where you earn stuff,
What's the other mode? My faction. What's the other one?
the island mode.
There's no interest in the island either.
Not on my channel. Like those get the lowest views, and it even pops up like viewers aren't watching this or engaging with this video as much as your normal videos. I'm like, okay, so stay away from those. Usually for me, it's the creation suite and stuff like that, and just talking about like major game modes. Like universe mode is probably my most successful mode because everybody seems to love universe mode. There's so much you can do with it. So once we get another chance, I would love to do a video with you on universe mode. But that's a topic.
Doesn't Kenny focus a lot of his videos? Doesn't Kenny Bomb focus a lot of his videos on my faction though?
Yeah, but that's his audience though. See, my audience does not.
Okay, but so there is an audience
for it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You just need to find that audience.
Find that audience. So like every time I make a my faction video, plummets, does nothing.
I mean, I've never made a video on it because I just haven't engaged with it. That's why I'm going to be doing a video on it with Kenny. Either tomorrow or the next day. Like in the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing a video with him, just to pick his brain on what. Like I'm basically just going to try and get him to sell me on it and why it's great, and what it is, what's awesome about it, right? And just for the regular player, because I'm sure my audience probably. I mean, so I don't know, because again, I've never made a my faction video, so I don't know if they're going to be into it or not. But from what you're saying, it's like, yeah, what can he say to sell me and sell my audience on my faction? Exactly. What's great about it? What is he excited about it? From the changes that we're getting, everything else that we know about it, why is he excited about it, and what he likes about it. Like, I just want to pick his brain about it, because I am going to start making content around it next year. Mm-hmm. I'll just be playing it just for the sake of having some sort of background on it. I don't know if I'll be no-lifing that game mode, probably not, but it will be something I'll be checking out, because I haven't touched it at all this year, right? I've gone in to use locker codes and unlock my cards or whatever, that's what I've never actually played any of it.
Okay.
And same thing with the island. I played through the island like the first week just to get a feel for it, and then I dropped it and never touched it again because I didn't like how my character looked. I didn't have my proper moveset. I wasn't going to sink the time into it for all the millions of reasons we explained prior. But this year I'm going to put time into it. So same thing with my GM. I've never played my GM once, never. So I'm going to try it. We could do that on the channel when we get the game on PC. We can play some My GM together and check out the mode and see if it's any fun.
That'd be fun. Do some content on that. That'd be like, you probably kick my butt though. Yeah. I'm not good at all the micromanagement.
I've never played it. I've never played the mode, so it'll be a first for both of us.
Nice. So there you have it. There is our thoughts on the Ringside Pass. Thank you, Mr. Dubs, for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Sorry we went long again, but can't help it. Dubs is the GOAT over here. Freaking
I go on tangents. What can I say?
Textbook.
Anyone who watches my content knows that. I go on tangents. Yeah,
we love having him on the channel.
Wham.
Thank you for joining me, Mr. Dubs. Tell the people one more time where they can find you.
You can find me at Mr. Dubs on YouTube. I'm sure there will be a link down in the description down below for you guys. And on X, you can find me at Mr. Dubs 86.
Yep, it's even right there below his face. It's right there at Mr. Dubs 86. Just read it right there. Mr. Buddy. Dubs. Right. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, stay frosty.